All right, it has been a beautiful time with all you guys here on the Culture Club. It has been so fun.
Wes, we're gonna miss you.
Lies.
Lies. We're gonna miss you.
Lies.
We out.
You and him.
If my lips gloss popping,
Girl, sit down. Yeah, for the lip gloss. Yeah, for the gloss.
Can we all say goodbye to the fans?
To the supporters, yeah.
Oh, am I in?
Y'all, all
You
y'all,
in there, Jeremy.
you in there.
Yeah. You in there.
Yeah, you in. I don't know. So what you want to say, Jeremy?
So this won't be the last time we're gonna film. It just won't be here in Orlando. But we thank everybody who has supported us, all of our followers. We love you all. And Wes, I just gotta say thank you for everything, for all the lives, all the people that you've touched. And I thank God for Trey.
AJ, stay here while I find us dinner, okay? Come on, tell me you understand.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's okay. I'll stay close. Don't worry, you'll see me right through the window. Just look for my hat.
Oh no! Oh, they're not gonna do this to me. Oh!
AJ!
Oh my God!
Get away from him!
What's going on, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in to Aconnectiontv. Subscribe, baby. Also, check out my two new channels, Aconnectiontv 2 and ACTV Games. When you go through those channels, subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell.
Here we go.
In the bathroom.
You want me to wait till y'all finish this one?
No, you can come in.
I think I put too much.
Right on it.
What do you want me to stick to my hand on that?
Right. You gotta feel which way you want.
That's real cold. Yeah. That's real cold. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. It does not taste good.
Man.
How was your trip?
I had a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to Dallas in March. So I'm going to Dallas, and then I'm going to California with him. So I'm going to.
I want to go to California.
I'm going to Cali with
We didn't
him.
get the California invite.
What are you looking at?
Let them make it. Let them make it.
I didn't say they couldn't. I just said, what am I
I'm going to
saying?
the Black Tino Oasis.
You do?
Yeah.
You want? I
You want to go?
Yes.
Where y'all going?
Dale Hush. Dale Hush. No, Dale is not serious. He ain't serious for shit.
26.
He ain't serious for shit. Dale ain't going.
He ain't going.
Dale ain't going no damn Latino Oasis.
He's not going.
Yeah.
He lied.
Not unless Dale is a freak and we don't know about it.
Oh, it's a sex part? It's a sex
It's not. It's not.
It's kind of-
It can be if you want it to be, but it's not.
Somebody had to know.
Yeah.
So like sizzle, it's what you put into it?
It's whatever you decide to make it. But it's out of all the events, it is the most mature. You actually meet grown, developed, mature men. You've been?
No.
Right.
I've seen your video.
But yeah, if you want to go behind somebody's corner and get fucked or suck dick, you can definitely do that. Nobody's gonna judge you.
You don't have to do it.
But if you want to sightsee and tour downtown and just enjoy the performances, the museums and stuff like that, and the mountains, that's the best part. Is going up into the mountains. You can definitely do that as well. So yeah, it's the most friendly of all of the events because you go to an event and people will body shame you, and if you're not a hot guy or if you're not a muscle guy or if you're not the it guy,
But hell,
you're shunned upon. But if you go to Latino Oasis, you can be white, black, older, younger, a twink. Whatever you want to be, and nobody's gonna say
I always
anything.
wanted to know that.
They're like little, they're
young
like
kids.
They're like young and impressionable.
they're usually really small.
The young thighs.
Really thin.
Yeah, and they're easy to bend over.
Yeah.
The young thighs.
Those are the twinks.
Twink guy.
I mean, I understand people not body shaming you, but being around all those guys that are fit and got abs and got chests and been
But
working
that's
out.
not everybody that.
They've
goes
been
there.
working out for that moment. I don't want to be.
People live for that, huh? Not me.
But it's more.
Right. They getting it in now in the
They
gym.
live for that.
They getting it in
So
now.
I'm gonna let
months.
Dwayne tell y'all about his experience because Dwayne had the same apprehension that you guys have. But until you go, It's a whole different experience. What you make it, right?
Yeah.
They had an awesome
I
time.
had a good time because not only, I mean, yes, they have a resort there where people can walk around and be who they are. If that's what you want to do, you go off and do that. But they also have other events there too that you can engage with. Not only are you networking with people who's out there that's actually out there for business, but you also get to do like the different club. Like the club scene was dope as hell. That when we went, that was cool. Then they had like a white party. They had like a little brunch thing that we was able to go to. So it wasn't just about sex. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't what everybody was there for.
Did
so,
you?
know? No.
Damn it, I'm gonna just tell you. I wasn't around him all the time, so I can't vouch.
I walked around that bitch 1,000 times because you can actually watch people do crazy shit. So I was like, what the fuck?
Like the Parliament House Resort? Like in a hotel room?
So you can watch people.
But they be outside. They be outside.
Like they don't let nobody
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
They be outside. Like literally, you go. Yeah, they do have rooms, and you know, if you know certain people, you can go in the room. If you don't, you don't. But they have these tents where it's set up like Baghdad, like a war zone or whatever. And literally they have these little, what they call them?
Yeah, some people be
the things that they hang in.
They got like little
swings.
The slings.
Oh.
And the dudes be in the slings, and it'd be like a line of 4 or 5. They'll be handling their business.
Yep.
And they just,
Some have TVs in there. I mean,
See, that goes back to what you were saying about just laying on your back and having somebody so they don't have no pride.
I see the white people do all that old crazy shit.
Well,
But
well, no,
black people
because,
did it too.
somebody that we know was. I'm not putting their business on.
Can you pass it back?
Man was his tea.
So, welcome to Culture Club. Yeah, you use that one. Welcome to Culture Club. The last time the Orlando will be filming Culture Club in Orlando.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with your glasses?
It's not mine. I was about to put them on.
Oh, shade.
They're a little dirty.
I mean, I took them off my face.
Who are those?
Those are mine.
Are there actual glasses?
Shade.
But he could have wiped them off. It's okay.
So what we're gonna do is reintroduce ourselves.
No, I use a cloth for glasses. I don't. I don't use
You know, we talking about TC.
Brian.
We're gonna reintroduce ourselves from our right to our left. State your name and someone that you have a crush on. It could be entertainment, it could be on IG, it could be on Twitter, it could be in real life.
My name is Drake, and someone I have a crush on. Well, my Instagram husband got married, and I'm really mad about that. But my new Instagram husband, his name is Raymond Watson, or something like that. Oh, and Winston Warrior, I got 2.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. That's what's up.
That's bad.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dwayne, and I got a crush. He's not an Instagram crush, but from the movie Moonlight.
Javante.
Yes, sir. Boy, that's a bad.
Who?
What's his name?
Javante.
The dark skinned man?
The one that played the adult.
The one that actually was the older.
The adult, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's sexy.
Wait, the adult or the older boy?
The drug dealer.
The adult.
The one
that played the adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he became a man and he
hot.
had a little muscle.
I'm trying to figure it out. That don't. Okay, go ahead.
Why? Because we were more like what, the same thing. Is that why you kind of?
You know I love strict holiness, honey. But move on.
I want to know what you're talking about.
Next.
Hey everybody, my name is Dale, and someone that I still have a crush on is Tyson Beckford.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he on our team. I mean, ooh, I didn't say that.
My name is Shelly J, and my crush is, I mean, even though we was together already, and we got divorced, so now we're kind of talking again. You know, it's Trey Songz. You know.
My name is Wesley, and my IG crush is Wally Kodo.
What? Who? Is that the trainer?
No, he's not a trainer. You guys want to see who?
Black chocolate
Yeah,
dude?
let me see her.
He's
He
not
been
black
to jail?
chocolate. No, Wally
He from
Kodo.
New York. That's what you talking about.
Wally Kodo is.
Got like this funny.
First hair, yeah, I follow him too. I know.
Wait, I don't know who y'all talking about.
You probably friends with his ass too. That's probably what we got.
Okay, TC.
Okay, why y'all looked it up? My name is TC, and my crush, of course, is Dwayne, my boyfriend.
Oh, that just sounded too perfect.
I don't know who that is. that's not my crush.
Yeah, that's why we call it.
Oh yeah, that little cat.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
That little cat. That's so serious. Yeah,
He has a nice
so
body.
serious, man.
Yes, the wait till you see the cakes. When we get the
Oh yeah. Now you say cakes. I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Because he's always showing off his cakes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Turn that over.
Oh. Oh.
Let me see his face.
You don't need to see the cakes, right?
Oh, he is nice looking.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like this little dude named Isaac.
You just talking about holding this.
Oh, he not holding?
Huh?
How tall was he?
I'm not sure. I haven't met him in person. But yeah, he's just sexy to me for whatever reason. So last video we were actually recording. We were talking about the various ways that the vagina is used by the man. And we had quite a few individuals.
We had the same look.
We had quite a few individuals that were on here defending the vagina and its uses. So we got past that part, and then we got into the conversation of dating to marry. I probed Jeremy about the question if that's when you start dating someone, is that what you're looking for? Is that one of the reasons why you start dating someone, you become serious with them? And he has said yes, that marriage would be like the ultimate goal in dealing with someone and dating them or whatever. So my question to the panel of distinguished individuals in their own right, why do you get into a relationship with someone? Do you follow the life manual that we've established in this world, or do you have your own reason for dating someone? What is your reason for dating?
I mean, of course, we date to ultimately just build a life with somebody. It's about sharing experiences, sharing your life with that person, and hopefully it will lead to understanding each other, learning more about yourself and how to deal with somebody else, and then ultimately come together as one to just create a life further, just create a more perfect, not perfect life, but create a life together.
So marriage is not the ultimate goal, or is marriage the ultimate goal for you?
Marriage is the ultimate goal, yeah.
You said that kind of like, not really, but I mean, if
because,
I'm in the mood, then I will.
It's I don't know,
You want me to come back to you?
Marriage is the ultimate goal, yes.
Okay, so marriage is so Dale, when you get into a relationship or start dating someone, is there something behind that person that you trying to get to, like marriage? Is that when you say I'm looking for marriage if I'm starting to date you?
When I'm dating someone, marriage doesn't come up. For me, dating is the get to know you process before you even get to the relationship process. I'm not going to get into a relationship with someone that I don't think I could be married to. Because for me, a relationship is, if I get into a relationship with someone, this is someone that I think that I can be with long term. And long term is ultimately going to lead to marriage. And I can tell within the first year if this is husband material for me. So if I don't feel that or think that, then I'm not going to be in a relationship with them, because I'm a long-term relationship-oriented person.
So yes, though.
Yeah, so yes.
So yeah, that's
marriage will be
the ultimate goal.
Marriage would be the ultimate goal.
And marriage is marriage the ultimate goal for you as well?
Of course.
So Drake, because I already know you're gonna say yes because you said yes the last video. So Drake, same question.
Yes, it would be.
So then the next question is why? Why has marriage been, or why is marriage being defined as the ultimate goal for a connection between two people, for you guys? Why?
Well, for me, marriage isn't for everybody.
Right.
Marriage is not for everybody. Some people just are like Oprah and Stedman. They just want to be in a relationship. They want to be together. They don't have to get married. That's just their thing.
Right.
But my thing is, I want to be married to my partner.
But why? That's why.
Because for me, legally, there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the marriage. It's the papers. It's going to the hospital to see the person. You could be in a relationship for 50 years and someone gets sick and you still can't go into the hospital room to visit them. Yeah. Like, your family could hate your partner something happened, your family will come in and swoop and take the money and the fortune that you two built together. Like, there's so many things behind it that I feel are important to have that paperwork done.
Okay, so, and I'm a prober, guys. I probe. So, you know, I don't want you to be like, oh, Wesley, he don't understand what marriage is. No, I probe. That's my job, is to probe. So then my next question would be, is it just for, like, is there any emotional attachment to the concept of marriage, or is it just for, like, legal and pieces of paper?
Hopefully you will have the emotion when you're starting to date somebody, and before you call it a relationship and you're dating somebody, you have to have some type of emotional connection to them. It's emotional connection, physical connection, I guess. It's you gotta have connections with that person.
So then once again, my ultimate question that I'm trying to get to is why? Because outside of being in a relationship long term for someone, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, obviously there's emotional connection. We all can agree that there's an emotional connection. So then the next point, or the next step up to the top of the hill, would be marriage. And the only other reason I could think of why we would lead to marriage would be for all the legal reasons.
For all the legal reasons.
Okay, can I say this? Although you're in a relationship, some people like to get married to seal the deal, saying that you're mine, I'm yours, let's build a life together, let's create a happy home together, let's intertwine our lives together and spend the rest of eternity together. That's the ultimate relationship goal, is marriage, is making it official. Because relationships can be, in some people's minds, official, and then y'all broke up the next week. I mean, same thing in a marriage too.
Right, but you know, divorce exists. So it's more or less a conscious mindset.
Well, for me, it's different. I wouldn't say marriage would be the ultimate goal. I think for me, I would kind of reverse it. I would say the ultimate goal is to have someone to where I feel like I can marry them, but to establish a relationship that's so strong and so concrete that, you know, we can live our lives out together. And then I would say marriage be the second goal to reach, because I think developing a relationship with someone is a bigger goal than actually going to get married. To me, it is. I think I put that over being married. Being married would actually be second. I think we need to get to that point and then go back to being married, because I feel like once we get there to where we're so concrete and we know we're there, you know, we're on one accord, so to speak, then we would go back and get married and say, okay, well, we've been together, we know we have this thing, now let's go ahead and make it official, let's seal the deal. So if something was to happen, not necessarily, if something was to happen to one of us, you know, we kind of have that connection, you know, we can handle it. But to also say, to me, marriage is I don't know, to me, it's just saying that, okay, telling everyone, okay, this is who we are, this is what we decided to do. We've already reached this goal to know that we're going to be together forever. We don't see this ever tearing apart. So I think that is just it. So I guess marriage is kind of like the sprinkle, I guess the icing on the top of the cake. You know, you build it, and then you just seal the deal to kind of do that. But not everybody wants that. Like you said, not everybody wants that. Some people get to that point to where they know they're concrete, but they don't need the sprinkle.
They don't need the extra. Yeah, they don't need the extra frosting on the cake.
But I think everybody should get to that point to where they are concrete. And then you have to come to that decision with your partner to say, well, okay, do we want the extraness? You know,
right.
And some people don't even want to use marriage. Some people just go and get married at the courthouse. That's good enough for them. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's not even. It's just. It's marriage is not. It's just basically like a sprinkle. I would say. But you have to have something concrete before you even do all of that.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so but when you say that, it's like, ain't that the same steps of the whole dating then relationship? Then
I mean, yeah, but I think that I want to say, to me, like I said, marriage wouldn't be the ultimate goal, because I think, to me, the goal would be to have something more concrete. I don't care if we get married or not, you know, but I think that would be the goal for me. I wouldn't say marriage would necessarily be the goal. We can get to that point when we feel as though if it's needed. But I think the ultimate goal is to develop and have something more concrete versus just going to get married.
And I think that makes sense, because at the same time, the word divorce exists for a reason. You can get married and think all you want all day long, have a luxurious wedding, and then all of a sudden you file for divorce because he cheated 15 times.
Exactly.
So I mean, marriage doesn't protect you with that.
It doesn't.
But I mean, and don't get me wrong.
Marriage does protect you with that, because when they cheat and you file for that divorce, guess what? They got to pay up.
So, but doesn't the prenup, does the prenup for that, or just regular marriage in itself protects you from cheaters? It doesn't.
No, I'm not saying it protects you from cheaters. What I'm saying is, if you get a divorce, you have the right to 50% of whatever y'all have built together.
Right.
Yes,
but that's what the prenup is established for.
But the prenup,
to figure out where everything is going to go. But if there is no prenup established, you two are married, then it's a split down the middle.
Right.
So then that would lead to my next question. Okay. Does prenup mean that I really love you and I want to get married, or does prenup mean I need a safety net because you might fuck up and I just don't want to be left with my ass up in
a
here?
prenup is just a smart business decision.
Exactly.
But that brings me back to the
something rather than one person leaves with everything and the other person.
But that brings me back to it, the concept of marriage and just where I grew up, and what was told to me was that marriage is sacred, marriage is love, marriage is this, marriage is that. So now you're bringing in this extra entity that's called a prenuptial agreement into something that's supposed to be sacred and everlasting and bonding, period. So now it's like, okay, if I say, will you be mine, but then also here's a prenup, to me that's like, okay, I don't think this marriage is gonna last long.
If I'm dating you, if you're my fiance and if you have $5 million and I have $2,000 like to my name, and you say, listen, I'm just gonna slide this little paper to you like Nene did on Greg.
I'm about to throw that.
Me signing that doesn't mean that you love me less. That means you're just protecting your assets, and that means I'm gonna sign it. I'm not. Yeah, if we break up, we break up. I'm leaving the relationship with what I brought into it.
Wow.
But that's
now I might have.
So then, when you get married, you're using condoms too.
Yeah, whatever. I don't.
If we've been doing it for this long.
Yeah, and also you have to remember the church is a sacred, holy establishment, but the church is a business as well. It's a nonprofit organization, and it's a business.
But they make profit.
It's a con.
So it's a holy. It's.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Right.
It's a nonprofit organization.
But I think it depends on the individual mindset, because if I hand you a prenup and you end up going off on me, that means that you automatically think that I don't trust you, instead of thinking about the love that I have for you. So that depends on the person.
And then also with the prenup, I can have my attorney look at the prenup and say, no, I don't agree with everything you put in there. Right. I'm gonna get at least $1 million after 5 years.
But see,
that's crazy.
Right. But see, that just comes with, like, we're already talking about what if after, like, we're talking about money.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
but those factors.
I see you doing that.
I'm 50-50 on because I know my brand, I know my business, and I don't want anybody that I would marry to, if we decide to break up, well, you owe me this. No, I don't owe you shit. Like, right. I created this.
Right.
She's gonna get it.
I created this.
So that's what I'm saying. That's just a business decision that you have to make. Like, you spent 14 years building TC Graphics, and you get married, and then a year somebody gets half of what you spent 14 years on. It just doesn't.
And they the one that cheated on you.
And they cheated.
But then at the same time, you should have never got married. So it's like, till death do us part. So you believe in prenups?
I mean, I believe there's things put in place for a certain reason. I understand that it has its particular reason why it's there. Now, whatever decision that the couple decides to make when they reach that thing, then that's them. It's not for everybody, just like marriage is not for everybody. You know me, I'm gonna go into it.
This answer's so safe.
It's
always giving a safe answer.
It's not safe. It's the reality of the whole thing. Like, I'm just being real. Like, a prenup, like I said, is placed in a particular position for particular people. Everybody think damn differently. So
I see you giving someone a prenup.
I don't see me getting married. That's what I don't. In my mind, if I even got to think prenup, ain't no way we get married. Because to me, marriage is everlasting till death do us part. We gonna ride this out till the wheels fall off.
But you said nothing lasts forever.
But nobody's
no,
perfect,
but that's what I said. I would never get married until the day I believe that it's gonna last
Can I ask you
forever.
this? If you marry somebody and either you or them have a big network behind their name, and your partner or you or it may be you are not equivalent on that monetary status to them, do you think that you should be entitled to half of what?
No one's ever entitled if you had nothing to do with it. Period. Whether you're married or whatever, no one's ever. If you had nothing to do with it.
But if you go to court, if you get married and then you go to court and say, okay, let's talk about our differences. Let's talk about what we're going to do, and we can go our own way. And then now your lawyer is saying, well, you can get this, you can get that. Would you take it?
A divorce will never happen. Both parties have to sign the paperwork for the divorce to happen. So the only way that you're going to divorce me after we go through marriage is if I'm if I agree with the terms of the divorce. Other than that, I'm not signing the paperwork because I don't have to sign the paperwork. We're getting married. We're staying together.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
You're not leaving
Go.
me. You're not leaving me.
Okay. Go.
You can still be married, but you can be separated. So that means they have no time.
And that's fine. But you ain't getting my shit
Legally.
You ain't getting my
Okay.
shit.
So you answering the question.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. We gonna have a lot of problems before you even think of divorcing me. If I even walk down any aisle with you, because we would have had to have gone through everything possible for me to even think. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like it's very interesting how after 2 years someone gets married, or after 3 years someone. I mean, and all y'all do is go to work and go home. Go to work and go home.
But that's not.
No, I'm just saying, just the concept of that, and the reason why I say that is because if your life is so structured to where literally y'all both have 9 to 5s, y'all come home, go home, and y'all don't travel together, y'all don't experience the world together, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if that's the case, then I, per se, can't see me marrying into that because I don't really know who you are. All I've seen is the person that's a 9 to 5 worker that has the weekends off. They look forward to the weekends, and we sit there and watch TV together, and we might have sex whenever we have sex. That's not really showing me who you are. What are you like when we travel on a plane somewhere and we go to a whole different state? What do you like? What if I get arrested? What are you like? You know what I'm saying? What are you like if we celebrate your birthday on a cruise going to wherever? You know what I'm saying? In different various situations.
You find that out in the dating process.
Right. That before marriage.
Before a relationship. Yeah.
I mean, you can. That's a lot going on. I mean, if I'm dating somebody, I'm not paying for no cruise for you to your birthday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not even at that point.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. If that's what you do on your dates,
I mean, but no,
hey,
you can date. Hopefully, you're not dating this person 6 months and you're just talking about, oh, let's go on. No, you date a person at least a year or more. I mean, that's one thing about us. We meet somebody, we jump into a relationship,
right.
And then we move in. Like, take time to date that person.
Right.
You know,
get to know
them. Find out if they, like to travel and stuff.
That part.
But I mean, we can think hypothetically, but only you know how you want your relationship to be. You can't talk about. One thing I learned from my mom. We grew up. My mom always talked, well, such and such is doing this, such and such doing that. Woman, if you have to set your life for yourself, you cannot watch anybody else and see how their life is going. You gotta set your life for yourself. And you can't worry about what Joe doing over there with his relationship. It's what you want for you and your mate.
So
Right. That leads right into the next topic I was going to talk about. Mind your damn business.
Mind your mother.
Mind your damn business. So here's my thing though, because we live in a world where social media promotes everything from us taking a shit to us, experiencing good life, and you should be here in Arizona. We no shame. No shame. social media promotes that.
Only what
Hey,
you
I give
put
you
out
that
there,
though.
you
I give you
feel
that
me?
though.
Only what
I
you
give
put
you
out
that
there.
though.
You damn sure ain't catching me take no shit on no damn Instagram. So it's what you put out there. When
Right,
you
right,
want
right.
to find out about you, that's what you put that shit out there.
Right, exactly.
You feel me? That's
And
what
so
you
at the
marketing,
same time, so here's my question.
Ooh, honey.
Because you live a public life, and a public life can be anywhere from being famous to just literally having a Facebook and an Instagram, because that's public life. If you post, you just gave birth to your beautiful daughter, that's a public life. If you post, I'm out at the football game with my boo, that's public life. It becomes available to everybody. So you can't be like, oh no. Once you put it out there, it's out there. So that's my question. Because of that, because everyone has a Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all of that, should anyone feel entitled to what we see and to know about and to ask questions about?
No.
No?
I don't understand the question.
Me either.
Should anybody be entitled to see?
Okay. I got a scenario. This is about Wes. Remember Wes start posting. Oh, me and my boo. I'm glad I found somebody, and he never posted
Right.
them.
Did
though.
I really?
He never posted them though.
Did I really?
He never posted
I
this
don't recall
person
that.
publicly.
did.
But he was like,
No pictures.
oh, I'm so glad that I can just be myself with my boo, and we can just be ourselves and all this and all that.
I don't recall.
And then Wes comes back. He was like, TC, I don't understand why people are all in my business. I was like, Wes, Wes, you are a public figure, and you're putting this out there that you're in love. People want to know who you're in love with. So if you don't want people in your business, don't put out there that you're in love and that you're happy with the guy that you're dating. Like,
So I already know my answer to the question. That's why I asked y'all. So you say no, that they shouldn't feel entitled, which is what I was saying. And you said no. And what's your question? What's your answer?
I think if you put tidbits out there like that, then they should feel entitled to. They should be entitled.
But that's being nosy
No,
though.
that's been nosy. Like, that's like you're stalking my
No,
Instagram
because
to see
I was,
I
was one of those people when Wesley posted that. I was like, well, who is this person? As your friend.
That
If
is
you
totally
want certain
different.
people to know, you should have told your friends and kept that
Right.
shit away from social media.
But he can do both of
because he
that.
can do both
But
of
he can do
that.
both of those.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
That is
So let's hold on,
respect.
wait.
People
So this
respect
also we getting into a juicy topic. So Dale, did you so you said because I am your friend that you should feel entitled to know the ending of or the who is whatever.
I feel that I should be entitled to ask. You don't have to tell me. But
Okay.
since you put it out there, I should be entitled to ask you. The
But
question
because you
of-
are a friend, not a stranger.
Right.
regardless of if I was your friend or not.
Interesting. Okay. So we heard you say no. TC said no. He's saying yes.
Because
I guess
he's a
it's
public figure.
I guess it's almost like running for president. Like, and you get out there and you take this platform. Well, I want to be president. Well, Wes, when did this start? Like, why didn't I know that you wanted to be president? Like, when did you decide this? You didn't let me know. And it's like,
That's different.
So what are you saying?
I think people have the right to ask.
They have the right to ask, but
Yeah.
do they have the right to know? There's a difference.
Okay, so
Well,
as
that's-
far as them knowing
okay.
the information, who this particular person is, no, they don't have the right to know who the person is.
Okay.
But I just feel like you asking for somebody, that's an attention thing. You want somebody to ask you because you posted it. Obviously, if you didn't want people to ask you.
Everybody. Well,
Hold up.
Okay,
hold
go
up.
ahead.
That's the type of life you live. See, whatever you put out, that's exactly what you're gonna receive. The same.
Not
way
all the
you-
time.
Not all the
No.
time, but majority of the time. See, you a public figure, like we all keep saying. So you know they gonna be like, "Where's who is this? What's going on?" I feel like if you want to keep things closed off in a way, stop putting it on social media because you know your fans always watching. Everything you do, don't give a damn if you drinking a damn glass of wine. They be like, "Damn, Wes, I see you.
What kind of red wine
What
is
kind of
that?"
red wine is that?" And you know what I'm saying? What can I get it? And da 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 da. You marketing those things, so those things people are gonna ask questions about. Now, if you just wanted us particularly say, "Man, damn, I met somebody. Y'all initials between us. I'm keeping it between y'all." Social media ain't gonna have no right to be like, "Damn, Wes, what you talking about?" Because they don't know what the fuck you ain't putting it out there. So that's
So you
but that's-
saying it's a day entitled. So go ahead.
But they're not-
What you think, Drake? You think exactly what he's saying. You
I mean,
saying
yeah,
they're entitled.
but I don't think they're. I agree with some of what he said. But at the same time, I don't think that they're not entitled to know. But because if
They're entitled
you,
to ask.
with you, it's a case by
Don't
case
just say
scenario.
me, because everybody. Let me just establish this. Everybody on this couch has an Instagram, has a
True.
Facebook,
But-
and probably a Twitter. So everybody on this couch is a public figure.
But you see, the thing is, though, my little 1,000 followers don't give a damn what I do. So I can go to picture, and I'm feeling like, oh, Drake, what you drinking? No, they don't give a fuck.
Right, people go to your pages to see what you doing.
I changed my answer.
So I'm gonna give a clear.
I'm gonna change my answer. I think that people have the right to ask, but they do not have the right to know.
Okay, so you know you're not gonna get an answer. Why ask?
That's the thing, because I posted a thing on Instagram like Saturday, something like that. I posted a picture and I was like out and about. That's all I said, and I was like, how was y'all day? They want to ask where you going, because I posted a picture in the car. They was like, where are you going? You should come to I-75 to Atlanta and stuff like that. Why you want to know where I'm going? Because I'm out and about?
I mean,
That's all I said. I'm out and about. You're not entitled to know where I'm going.
It's just like a
I just said
conversation.
I'm
They
out
might
and
not be
about.
right in front of your face, but they're having a conversation.
I mean, but
with you.
social media
that's
is
not-
social media.
The keywords.
Then he posed the question at the end of it.
Right,
What y'all doing?
I said, how are y'all day? I didn't say where y'all going. I just said I'm out and about. How's y'all day? That's all I said.
So they couldn't say, I'm good, where you going?
No.
Why don't they have the right to ask?
Okay, so let me-
That's where I'm
You in the car, you ain't in the house chilling, you in the car, you ride.
Let me chime in real quick. Since everybody thinks that it's different with me and blah 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 blah.
It's not different with you.
Okay, well I'm glad you agree. Because here's what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna say this. I believe that you. I don't believe that you're entitled to ask, and I don't believe that you're entitled to know. Okay? At the end of the day, people ask questions because they genuinely want to know the answer to it, but there's no entitlement just because I post or whatever the case that I make. Whatever I decide to do, that's what I decide to do. You know what I'm saying? But should I be alarmed when people do ask? No. But I also think that people should know that they're not entitled to know.
I think
like,
you know that.
and no, they don't. A lot of individuals don't. They feel because it is something that you post that they have the right to know. Or especially if we're in a group or if we're buddy or friends or whatever the case may be. I've had friends ask me, why are you posting that? And I don't know anything about that. Why didn't you tell me? You know what I'm saying? People feel that they're entitled to this information first or whatever the case may be.
I let my followers know they're entitled to ask.
Of course.
Because I have a product or service that I'm selling. So if I don't care if they're like, oh, where'd you get those pants? Or I like your bun, or I like, or whatever. Where are you right now? What are you doing? Where are you headed? What are your Grammy Award party plans? Like, all that stuff. You're entitled to ask me those questions.
That's why I said,
But I'm not.
You're having a Grammy Award party?
No, I'm not.
He hesitated. He was like, oh, do I want to invite you? I don't know.
That's what that was.
It was not Shelly J.
I agree with what you're saying in terms of those types of things make sense. Because, I mean, people ask me all types of stuff. But when it becomes a little personal, then that's when it's kind of like, okay, like, how big is it? When's the last time you had sex? Who are you in a relationship with? Who are you in a relationship with? Who aren't you in a relationship with? Where's TC? I haven't seen TC in a while. Like they're asking like a lot of personal questions.
They entitled because they make your show. Then the reason I said is because those are the ones that help you get your views, and so they're yes, the hell they do. Because hold up, because if without
when he posted Robin and posting
right
In the bad
right. You don't have to answer.
I can't defend you for nothing.
I'm just saying though. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. This is what y'all just said. This is exactly what y'all just said, and I don't want y'all to be like, no, it's different. I mean, listen. I don't want everybody to think that, oh, they can't ask me anything now, whatever the case may be. But I mean, don't be upset when you ask me how big my booty hole is, and I decide not to answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. Child.
But when you put out there, when you talk about Curtis and all,
but Curtis is not my booty hole. Mandy is my booty hole, and I never mentioned Mandy at all.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
I always talk about Curtis. So
Mandy's always sashaying somewhere.
It's about to get real in ATL. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not. No, it's not, boy.
Yes.
Don't even do that.
Maybe gonna turn into Mindy.
So then here's my question. So people are saying you guys feel that people are entitled to ask, not to know, right?
Yes.
Okay. So people are entitled to ask. I don't care if you guys ask, just know that I might not respond to every particular question. Okay? So then let's dumb it down a little bit and bring it down to home a little bit. What about friends? What are friends? Are friends entitled to ask and to know? Because there's some things that I don't know about Drake that Jeremy may know about Drake. But is it Jeremy's prerogative to tell me about Drake? And vice versa. There's some things about me and you might have a discussion that you haven't had a discussion with him about. So we're all cool. Isn't it okay for him to know about the discussion that we just had?
I think it's applicable to friends and fans. Like, you can ask all you want, but you don't have to know every little thing. And I can talk to TC about something that I don't feel comfortable talking to you about. It's just, that's how friends, we have friends that we go play tennis with.
Right.
We got friends we go to the club with. We have friends that we chat on the phone with. Friends we text. I mean, everybody has their friends in certain categories. And no, nobody has to know everything about, I'm a very private person. So everybody in this room doesn't know everything about me, but that's just how I am.
So do you have it established in life with the people that you associate yourself with, that if I tell you something, then no matter if we're cool with the rest of the group, it's just to stay with you? Or would you get upset if you and I have a conversation, a personal conversation about you divulge information to me, and then Sheldon comes in, he's like, what you doing? Nothing. Like, what you up to? Nah, I just got off the phone with Dale. He was telling me that this X, Y, Z, this, that, the third, and da. Would you be upset? And why?
If it was something personal, deeply personal.
But he's your friend, though.
Yes.
But he didn't.
I just said.
He felt comfortable enough to come to you and tell you that.
But I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known that at all. You know what I'm saying?
But you should know your level of friendship with him, though.
And I always put it this way.
But not all the time. But not all the time, because in playing devil's advocate, right? Because that's what I'm doing. And playing devil's advocate, I don't know to what extent their friendship is. You never know to what extent anybody's friendship is. Just because you see them partying or whatever, everybody can have a good time. Right. But that doesn't mean that blah 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 blah. So at the end of the day, if in my head I'm thinking the three of us are cool, okay, he divulges this information to me, I'm not thinking that it would really make us any difference if I tell Sheldon. So, but
I've learned in my little few years on this planet.
Yes.
You got to put it out there. You got to put it out there.
You got to put it out there. Yeah.
Now that's an alternative fact.
Really Drake.
You have to cover your bases, and I just always say, this is between you and I. Blah 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 blah. Now, if it gets out after that, I know exactly who told it.
Right.
That's true.
That's right.
But
the general conversation rule is, if I'm talking to you about something, you don't have a right to go and talk. I didn't talk to that person. I talked to you about it. So don't go and. If I wanted to talk to him, I would have called us a three-way.
Exactly.
Like,
that's true.
But I get what Wes is saying, because he's like, okay, well, if I don't know, if I think that we're all on the same level of friendship, then it doesn't matter if Dale came and talked to me about something personal. If I tell Sheldon, if I think we're on the same level, then it shouldn't matter.
But he messed up already though, because the whole thing was about being entitled to know certain things, and he didn't even ask you what was going on between what conversation you and Dale had. You just open your damn mouth and start talking.
That's true.
So therefore, that's on you. So therefore, it's like.
So are you saying that's a bad thing, or is that a good thing?
When he called you about y'all conversation, you told me about you and Dale, but you should have stopped. I was just talking to Dale. So what's going on with you? That conversation. Oh man.
So then let me ask you.
That's true though.
Because touche. You had that.
Okay.
You better. You on point. You had that. So what if he didn't ask? So what y'all talk about?
well, then that's between you and Dale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if
Now,
he wants
I'm
to,
guilty of
if
that.
he's smart as hell, then
I'm
I'll be
guilty
like,
of that.
okay, if he wants.
I think everybody
that.
I think everybody on this couch is guilty to that to a certain extent. You know what I mean? To a certain extent.
You can like give a synopsis of
You
it,
can
but you don't
dumb
have to
down
go
the
into
conversation
detail.
that
Like,
you had.
oh, he's talking about he's going to
Right.
Atlanta next week. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
But he ain't talking about he going to Atlanta and get
right,
admitted
Right.
together.
right.
You know. So
You've been talking a lot tonight. What's going on?
Y'all got me about to, last my juice out here. So, because I don't know. And the only reason why I decided to talk about this, one of the reasons why I decided to talk about this is because you guys have asked this particular question, and we are going to get to your questions on Instagram as well. But I've had a problem with realizing that people talk way too much. And for me, I feel that the definition of talking way too much is talking at all. And that's the only reason why I brought this conversation up, just to see where everybody's mindset is. Because for me, I feel that if I disclose anything to you, I'm talking to you and only to you. I can understand if there were multiple people around in this vicinity, but there isn't. So none of those individuals should know our conversation if they weren't there. So that's how I feel. So that's why I wanted to bring this up to see, you know what I'm saying? Because I've had certain situations where somebody would be like, oh, well, I heard da-da-da. Okay, well, what do you mean? Oh, well, such and such told me blah, blah. Okay, why did they tell you that? Because I told them that. So, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it just makes me feel like, why is my life a topic of concern when I'm not even around, and you're wanting to disclose my information to other individuals just because, especially if I disclose this particular information with you, I feel that should not be done. You know what I'm saying? But then that makes me feel like I shouldn't say anything at all. But then where do the friends come into play? If I call you my friend and I'm trying to divulge something to you and I'm just telling you, you know, for example, I'm moving to Atlanta March 13th. Everybody doesn't know exactly where I'm moving, but you know, maybe a couple people. So I tell a couple people my moving situation, my living situation. Tell Dwayne. Then all of a sudden, Sheldon's telling me, "Oh, I like the house that you're moving into." How do you know I'm moving into a house? Well, I mean, you know, Dwayne showed me, and this, you know, it's a nice house. I think it's cute. Oh. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it doesn't really matter the kind of, I really don't like my business being discussed unless I'm around. So that's just me personally. So that's why I asked the group.
One thing I've learned, people gonna talk, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Like, I found out not too long ago, people were talking about me and my relationship, and it's like, oh, okay, well, okay. Like, people are gonna talk.
People
But then does that make it
It doesn't make it okay.
No.
It doesn't make it okay, but people are going to talk and nothing you can do about it. I mean,
Regardless
you know
of good or
about you
bad.
and your situation, and your life, and whatever they think or you know hypothesize about it. It's your life.
Right.
Well, people are going to talk. They got a mouth.
Right. Everybody's gonna come up with an opinion about your life.
And then
about
you
your
also
situation.
now know who you can tell what to.
Yeah. That I learned a lot of things in Atlanta. Y'all taught me a lot here. I'm telling y'all did.
Thank you.
Y'all really did. Y'all taught me a
Thank
lot.
you.
And you know, one person was like, you should talk about everything that you've learned in Orlando. I've discussed that in many of videos, everything that I've learned in Orlando, but everything that I've learned in Orlando has been people based, because a lot of the situations that I've gone through, I've never gone through before. I'm 35 years old and I've never dealt with he said, she said. I'm 35 years old and I've never dealt with friends talking about me behind my back. I'm 35. I've never, all this shit that happens to y'all at earlier ages in life, and y'all looking at me like, what the fuck, Wes? Where have you lived? It just never happened. So the concept of it happening just never made sense to me, that a friend, if they call themselves a friend, would ever do that. So I learned a lot. Let me just say
Don't
that.
never say no. You may not know about things, but them shits can still happen.
And I don't get that. Wes says that like I don't get that people in New York didn't talk about each other.
Right.
I never found out.
But
I
it's
never
so
found
big,
out.
though. That's the thing though. That's the
Orlando's big.
Orlando is not big.
Atlanta's not big.
Atlanta's big.
Orlando is not big.
Orlando's not big. You could go to a house party and see somebody that you fucked or know somebody who fucked who or what's fucking.
Everybody
But wait a minute,
Right.
let's not
People
say
talk.
let's not say
That's what
Orlando
people talk.
versus New York because New York is very big. Let's say Florida because Florida is big. New York is big, but you still got boroughs and shit that's in between that. So it depends on where you are. So whatever particular place that you was at that particular time, and you be like, damn, that was big.
So then-
small.
so my-
Mega
but
small.
my-
The shit was small because that's where you stayed. That's where you resided.
But
So
my-
this is particularly where we reside.
Okay, so my whole thing to that, my rebuttal to that is, even from borough to borough, from city to city,
bigger.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why I've never had any of these experiences in the 15 years that I've lived in New York. And whatever reason you might want to stamp on that, it is what it is.
Well, the older ladies at church used to say, well, keep on living, baby. Just keep on living. And now we understand what they mean by that.
And like I told Wes the other day, it was meant for you to come to Florida for a reason. Maybe
Right.
you needed to experience
Get all of this out of my system before
because
I went
had you went to
Child, boom.
Atlanta straight from New York and thinking, oh well, people don't talk, people not messy.
Child, boom.
You would have been.
It would have been a whole
Oh my
hot
God.
shit mess. So, dope sense _ the 90s wants to talk about partners asking if you had sex with anybody that communicate with you on social media. Just you guys' opinion on if you think it's necessary.
Long as
Is it, if it,
long
wait,
as it's not current.
Wait, if it's
Wait,
necessary
what?
to
I'm
ask,
question.
So I'm gonna read it just like he said it verbatim. Talk about partners asking if you had sex with anybody that I think that you communicate with on social media.
Okay.
Just you guys' opinion on if you think it's necessary. So is it necessary for your partner to ask you if you fucked somebody on social media?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It should.